So Officer Bar Brady is back on the program. He shows up every once in a while. Otherwise, it's poor Tony Schiavone having to run back and forth. Tony's lost 30 pounds since he's worked for AEW. They got him everywhere. Officer Bar Brady is in the back with Keith Lee. Okay. Keith Lee made an incredible debut, had a wonderful match, got over like $1 million. And then the following week, as I recall, he had a pre-taped interview. Wasn't long, wasn't much. Kind of still talking like Fraser Crane, but at least he had a few comments to make. He's only been there for 2 weeks. They've got him in the back. Bar Brady asks him a question. He says 5 words, and here comes Hobbs and Starks in. And they tell him off. And Starks, in no uncertain terms, says he's going to beat him and he's going to be in the ladder match, and ain't nothing you can do about it, and Hobbs will fuck you up too. Hobbs looks at him nasty. And then they walked off. The brand new babyface star that's been in the company for 2 weeks got 5 words, then was told off to his face by the heels and not only did nothing about it, but said nothing about it. He's a dickless piece of shit. You wouldn't have been able to pay a babyface in the territory days $5,000 if he figured he was a main event guy to come in, win 1 match, get a pre-taped interview the next week, and then be interrupted and told off by the fucking heels where you got to stand there with your dick in your hand and take it, do nothing, say nothing. That's not the way you get a babyface over. If Keith Lee had been winning matches and cutting promos about how big he was and how bad he was, what he was going to do, and showing the people he was capable of doing that, and then this happened, you might have something. 2 weeks in.
I did like Starks making fun of his voice. That was funny.
Well, yeah, he might as well have made fun of his goddamn small dick and his shriveled up balls and his fucking bank account and his shitty old car. And slap him in the face and while he's down there pissing his mouth. Is everybody in today's modern society so gutless that they just allow people to just fucking talk to them like that and think nothing of it? And to where that you can't even see that a goddamn major player in the wrestling business, a giant fucking beast like that, a top baby face, you don't treat them like that. You don't talk to them like that when they first come in the company before they've ever even had a chance to get over. But speaking of which, any closing thoughts on that piece of business?
No, we got to see the 1 match and then the package on Rampage and then this promo, which I'm going to guess may have been taped in advance if he's still not wrestling. I don't know if he wrestled on Rampage, but I'd like to see more Keith Lee now that he's there. And hey, Keith Lee versus Starks, I'd like to see that, especially if they have a little bit of a history working together. Keith Lee and Powerhouse Hobbs, we've talked about it. That's a natural thing to build to, and we got the little face-to-face, and you heard the fans react to that.
Oh, they're building to it all right. In the ladder match with 5 other guys or 4 other guys, they get a chance to fucking take the mystique off what will happen if they ever do get together, because they'll do just enough in that match to see that we didn't really want to see it as bad as we thought we did.
Hey, listen, other than Punk MJF, nothing goes in a traditional logical way. Most AEW things, someone debuts, all of a sudden they're doing something the next week. And it's kind of this. We get to see him once, and all of a sudden he's doing this, and they're not really building him up the way you would traditionally do it. There's more of that in AEW than the MJF Punk segments.